Today we're thrilled to spotlight the inspiring work of the Glasgow Community Food Network and explore how their partnership with ALISS is transforming community support. From increasing access to essential food resources to empowering Glasgow's neighbourhoods with innovative tools, GCFN is leading the way in sustainable community-centred solutions. Let's dive in. If you could give us a brief overview on the Glasgow Community Food Network and the kind of aims and objectives of the network.
There was a need identified by a study we did with other member organisations around what was needed to help local growers and community food networks link together across the city. There was a resounding yes from I think 26 organisations that fed into that study. They saw a need for a collective voice to work locally and nationally on trying to make a difference to food systems across the city. We created partnerships with different sectors across the city, and from that we set up a city food plan with those organisations.
Part of the Cash First project is about getting in touch with community food initiatives and finding out if they have an understanding of Cash First and what that might look like if it was implemented in their work.
I was wondering if you could tell us more about the Food and Climate Action Project.
So the Food and Climate Action Project was developed in response to the Glasgow City Food Plan, particularly the community food strand of the City Food Plan. It's a partnership project between us and 5 other host organisations across Glasgow. With the project we do lots of different activities which aim to meet some of the actions set out in the City Food Plan, covering urban agriculture, food education, bringing climate action and food action together, working towards our food resource hub on our website, which incorporates the map as well as a resource section, and lots of other activity to sort of engage people into being food citizens in Glasgow.
How did Glasgow Community Food Network first team up with ALISS, and just a bit about the background as well?
One of our members, Urban Roots, set up a free food provisions map, and that was just typically using Google Map, calling people, visiting them, getting their information and putting it up on their own database. During the pandemic though, because of the huge increase in people providing emergency food supplies to everyone, it became a bit too onerous for Urban Roots to run this service by it, so they passed on the information to us after going through all the data checks. We were employing someone to keep that updated, doing the same thing, phone calls. ALISS approached us, told us how their system actually involved lots of different people adding their own information. We decided with ALISS and our web developer involved to embed their information onto our map and onto our website. Ever since then we've been working with ALISS trying to promote and get more people involved.
That leads me on to my next question, whether there's any specific features that you really like about ALISS?
I like using the ALISS database because I find that it's a lot easier to use than just a spreadsheet with tons of information in it.
It's very user friendly, and I think particularly the toolbar, the reach step toolbar that you've got on the site means that anyone can tailor that site to their needs.
It'd be great to hear more about the food map and how it's been used by the community, and also maybe some benefits of it as well that you've seen.
So having the food map on our website has been hugely beneficial. Glasgow Community Food Network is a membership organisation, so one of the key things that the map allows us is to map our members on the map if they are an organisational member and they offer a service which is related to the subcategories that we have on the map. So it means that they've got an extra bit of an exposure and they've got another pathway through which to engage with the audiences and the individuals that will be using their service.
So the map came about after our City Food Plan Community Food Working Group decided there was a big need for a resource hub. We use the ALISS database system now, which makes it a lot easier because everyone can update it in the community that uses ALISS, whereas before it was just ourselves phoning around. Had a lot of really positive feedback about the map and its interface, how easy it is to use.
Seeing the impact of the GCFN map on Glasgow communities, ALISS developed its own customisable maps to help other organisations provide tailored resources to meet their community's unique needs.
ALISS has a huge amount of services and resources throughout Scotland listed, and we want more people to be able to find and benefit from this information. This inspired us to open the gates to more communities and services in Scotland to use the information available on ALISS. The ALISS customisable map allows you to choose specific categories and locations to build your own map and show services that matter to your community. And you can embed this map onto your site, letting more of your community easily find services and resources that matter to them.
So thank you so much for joining. It's been a really interesting, in-depth conversation about all the initiatives with the Glasgow Community Food Network. I would just like to ask each of you, what is one thing that you would want people to take away with them?
The more organisations that sign up to ALISS and put their services on there, the stronger that resource is, and it's an incredible thing to have and to be able to share with communities. So definitely get signed up.
Yeah, and I guess for organisations, especially in Glasgow, that are working within food in whatever way that is, whether it's growing, providing food, cooking, people can become a member on our website, and then that also gives them the option during that process to add their information to ALISS. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for getting connected with us and for also getting that information out more widely as well. And they can do that on our website.
Thank you for joining us in exploring how the Glasgow Community Food Network uses ALISS to enhance their community support. We hope you found this insightful and inspiring. To learn more about ALISS and how it can benefit your community, visit aliss.org. That's ALISS.org. And don't forget to check out GCFN's website on glasgowfood.net for more amazing resources.